People who can't see past their shadow often exhibit specific signs and symptoms that indicate they are operating from unconscious patterns. One of the primary signs is projection. These individuals constantly project their own flaws, insecurities, or weaknesses onto others, blaming them for things they refuse to confront within themselves. If they struggle with anger, they might accuse others of being overly aggressive or hostile, even when the issue lies with their own emotional state. Another common symptom is emotional reactivity. Their emotions tend to control them, and they often overreact to situations, creating drama or escalating conflicts unnecessarily. They might snap at small inconveniences or take offense where none is intended. This emotional volatility can be exhausting and unpredictable, leading to frequent arguments or misunderstandings. Blame shifting is also a key trait. These individuals rarely take responsibility for their actions or circumstances, instead pointing fingers at external factors, whether it's other people, bad luck, or the system, that prevent them from achieving their goals or creating their desired reality. They often say things like, "It's not my fault," or "I can't help it." Another symptom is their tendency to live in an echo chamber, surrounding themselves with people who share the same views and reinforcing their own beliefs without ever questioning or expanding them. This creates a reality where they are never challenged and growth is stunted. Distorted justice is another hallmark. They believe that they are always justified in their actions, even when they are in the wrong, and they will often point out others' flaws while refusing to acknowledge their own. This can lead to manipulation and control, as they use tactics like guilt, shame, or playing the victim to influence others and get their way. For example, they might guilt trip someone into doing something for them by exaggerating their own struggles. Lastly, they are often resistant to self-reflection. When confronted with feedback or criticism, they tend to reject it or become defensive, seeing it as an attack rather than an opportunity for growth. This resistance to looking inward keeps them stuck in their old patterns, unable to evolve. On the other hand, an enlightened person is characterized by their commitment to truth. They are not afraid to confront uncomfortable truths, whether about themselves or others, and they do so without judgment or defensiveness. They exhibit emotional stability, allowing them to acknowledge their feelings, but not letting those emotions dictate their behavior. When something goes wrong, they take full responsibility for their part, understanding that their choices and actions contribute to their circumstances. They engage with others who challenge their perspectives, knowing that growth comes from being open to different viewpoints. They also have a balanced sense of justice, holding themselves accountable while being fair to others. An enlightened person also practices honest communication, speaking with truth directly, without manipulating or coercing others to get their way. They avoid using guilt or shame as tools for influence, and they encourage others to speak openly and honestly as well. To tell the difference between these two, observe how they react in situations. If someone constantly blames others and reacts emotionally, they're likely stuck in their shadow. If they manipulate others to get what they want or refuse to take responsibility, that's another sign. On the other hand, if someone openly admits their flaws, takes responsibility for their actions, and seeks out truth, no matter how uncomfortable, it's a sign they're operating from a place of enlightenment. They will approach life with clarity, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth, while someone trapped in their shadow will be stuck in defensiveness, reactivity, and avoidance. The signs are clear, but the shift from shadow to enlightenment is achievable for anyone willing to look inward, confront their fears, and embrace the truth, no matter how difficult it may seem. By recognizing these traits in ourselves and others, we can move beyond the limitations of the shadow and begin to live a more authentic, free, and fulfilled life.